Hey, what's up, Stockalytics? Thanks for tuning into the channel. Today, we're really excited about talking about Tesla. Tesla stock hit 2,000. I believe it ended at 2,000 and think $1, and after hours is probably 2,010 or something like that. It's been a crazy uh, week so far for Tesla. Is risen quite a lot due to the 5-for-1 stock split. That's one of the catalysts, and battery days coming up. That's another catalyst. But one thing I want to talk about people don't realize is um, due to the fact that they are qualified to be part of the S&P 500 and maybe even 400. S&P is Standards and Poor's is the 500 biggest companies in America, and right now Tesla is listed on the Nasdaq, which is mostly for technology companies. And if you have a certain amount of um, valuation, and then you meet some of these other requirements like consecutive profits, gap profits for quarters, I believe it's 4 quarters, which Tesla has hit. And if you're an American company and quite some other stuff too, you can be listed at S&P 500. And people ask, why is that important? Why is being listed on S&P 500 important? Well, all the big mutual funds and indexes, they all basically use the S&P 500, and a lot of the retirement funds have a lot of money invested in the S&P 500 companies. So I just want to expose, or not expose, I just want to let people know that it's not just a stock split or battery day, or it's a combination of stuff, I would say. And I think, me personally, I was thinking, wow, this price was going up really quickly. A lot of people are thinking, how can retail buyers just bring up the price? At one point it was 1370 something, 73. How can it go all the way up to 2,000? Well, I'll tell you how. If you go to Nasdaq.com and you check out the Tesla common stock, look at their institutional holdings. So if you check out the institutional holdings, this has increased quite a bit. I think probably 10% over the summer. So if you look at some of the biggest holdings is Bally Gifford. They own a lot of the stocks. They sold a few of their positions because they've been an early holder of Tesla, and they've wanted to trim and make some profits. But look at these big groups like Vanguard and BlackRock, right? And then you have JP Morgan coming in. You have Goldman Sachs coming in, right? So this is the date. It's dated from last end of last quarter. You're gonna see in the reporting, on the next reporting that'll come out, you guys will see. I think it's probably September 30th. You'll see the next reporting, a bunch of institutions have holding of Tesla stocks. This is really cool. If you want to get an idea of who's holding what stock, and so the reason Tesla has increased to 2,000, this crazy amount of gains, the yield, is because you see that these big time players like Vanguard, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs have purchased a lot of shares of Tesla. So that's quite impressive for the shareholders. It's very good for the retail shareholders because they gain a lot of value. The stock split is coming up. I think tomorrow's Friday, so there might be some people who might be trimming and taking their profits. But most of these folks are long-term holders. So I think, if you look at ARK Invest with Kathy Woods, I believe, yeah, um, and Tasha Keeney, and if you listen to Dan Ives from Wedbush or Gene Munster, there's so many people now backing Tesla. There, ARK Invest has a 5-year bull case scenario of 22,000. Now it was a laugh. It was people when she came on CNBC, people were laughing at her They were like, asking her, why do you think that's possible? Um, yeah, it was just, I think a lot of people really didn't expect. I didn't expect to go to 2000 right away. I thought 2000 was by end of the year. I was thinking that for a bull case for me, when the stock was at 700, that it might hit 1500 around this time, and then hit 2000 around end of December. And I'm really bullish. Like, I think by next summer it can hit possibly 4000. So yeah, it can double with a stock split and everything. Yeah, those basically just, yeah, it has that potential because of a lot of conditions that are, it's what people don't understand is all this time they were working with one factory that was bringing out the cars, that producing the cars and manufacturing the cars, and they were trying to get the Model 3 ramped up. So once they talked about Model Y and then the Cybertruck, and then they had the news of the Shanghai factory, right? The Gigafactory, and then the Berlin Gigafactory, and then now the Texas Austin Gigafactory. That's gonna really ramp up stuff. That's gonna really make Tesla, which is I think estimated to deliver about 500,000 cars. I think that they're going to hit probably 1 million cars by the end of 2022. Um, Before I move forward, disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. This is for informational purposes only. I've had people ask me, should I buy before the stock split? I've told people personally that I've bought. Um, you should check into your investment strategy, see if it fits your investment strategy, see where you're at. Don't invest with margins. Don't invest with money you don't have. Don't invest with loans. Don't invest with your rent money or your car payment or student loan payment or whatever it may be. Don't do that. Invest it with your extra money that you have that you can play around with, that you can invest in. It's pretty much you invest and you forget about it, because this stock is very volatile, and it can go up and down. I've been into the stock where it went up to 1794, and then within 2 weeks or 3 weeks it dropped, or 4 weeks it dropped to 1337, and I was okay with it because I bought in at 225, and along the way all the way up to probably 1200 I bought all along the way. I like to buy incremental. I want to see the company do well. There's certain stages, right? So investors, I think you should do your own due diligence. My information, my um, take is this is only informational purposes. So do your own due diligence. Look at if the you should know. One thing Warren Buffett said is go, like, I have a notebook too. I have a notebook and I write down. This is something I learned from Warren Buffett. Why am I investing in Tesla? And I write down reasons why. First, I believe in Elon Musk because he's an engineer. He has a successful background. Second, I like the product, right? I like what the product is. I like the cars. I like the technology, right? Third is I see an addressable market. I see that there's a addressable market. I see there's a demand for these cars, right? Fourth, I see that they are executing better. Although they had troubles in the beginning, but they're starting to execute better. They're starting to ramp up. They're starting to deliver cars on time. They're starting to get better and better. They're starting to make build these gigafactories more efficiently. And then another note I see is, what is the competition like? You know, is there validation in the market? What's the growth opportunity? So these are the things I'm writing down and I'm checking it off. And that's when I'm like, for me, I like to take, I like to take Warren Buffett and his partner, Mr. Munger's strategy in investing. Um, Invest in a few. Get. I was doing this thing where I was investing in so many companies, like 20, 30 companies, and $100 there, $1,000 there, $5,000 there, $200 there, $1,300. No, Find 3, 4, 5 companies you like, not 30, not 20. You can do 20 if you have a whole bunch of funds, but like I would say 5. Find 5 companies that meets your requirements that you think have a long-term future of growth and invest in those companies. Even if you could bring it down to 4 or 3, but just to be safe, let's say 5. So look at this is a tool I use, gov.capital. This might get changed because they had this for a while. This was looking crazy like a few months ago. Right now, it's looking a lot. It's making a lot of sense right now. 5-year target, 5,000. They're way below what ARK Invest is saying. ARK Invest is at 22,000. Let's look at CNN. Um, let's see their forecast and CNN. Money. This is another tool I use. Yeah, they got 2,400. They're very conservative. So there's a lot of things that are happening for this company. I think that they have a lot of tailwinds too. Guys, before I move on, if you get a chance, please come to our page and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the algorithm and builds our community. Really appreciate that. And you can follow us on Twitter, as well as we have um, a podcast on what is that? Spotify. Yeah, so we have a podcast on Spotify if you guys want to check it out. It's really cool. We have a bunch of episodes. We try to talk about interesting things and interesting topics in terms of investment. We're trying to, help educate your investment journey or your technology investment journey. So my niche and I only focus on is the cloud, 5G, AI, EV, IoT, AR, and VR. I'm gonna probably add crypto to this because of Square and probably PayPal. So I only focus on these kind of things, these technology stacks. Um, One thing I realized from Warren Buffett and Dan Ralio and a few other investors, these big time, they only focus on a certain market because it's so hard to do all that research. And for me, I have a good understanding. I live in Silicon Valley in Bay Area where all the tech companies are, the headquarters are here. So I get to mingle with a lot of the workers, a lot of the people who are building these products and talking to these customers and learning from these customers and consumers. And so, I get to understand what AMD is doing. I've been seeing AMD for a long time growing. I've been seeing Tesla emerging. I've been seeing Nvidia emerging. Nvidia a few years ago, people were going crazy in the town because a few of those people I had a little family friends working in Nvidia, and their stock price it just bumped up so much, right? Same as AMD. AMD started at $5 with Lisa Lee, and now it's all the way up to like $82, right? So it's been some crazy um, growth in a lot of these companies. So yeah, take a look at it. Come to the channel, subscribe. We have some fun topics. We have some cool tools that we use. This is another tool I use, NASDAQ. A lot of people don't even go to this website. They just know it's an index, a listing index for tech companies mostly. But check it out. They have a lot of cool information. You can learn a lot of stuff from here, right? All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your support. If you have any feedback, what do you think Tesla is going to do after the stock split? Um, Let me know. Stay tuned for the next episode. Really appreciate it, guys. Peace out.